The summer breeze carried the scent of freshly mown grass as our family gathered in the idyllic town where our ancestors had once roamed. The old family estate, with its grandeur and history, served as the backdrop for our long-awaited reunion. Excitement buzzed in the air as cousins, aunts, and uncles arrived from various corners of the country, each with their own unique stories and experiences to share. The familiar faces and the warmth of their embraces made me feel instantly at ease. Laughter echoed through the halls as the youngest cousins chased each other, their joyful shrieks filling the air. The elders settled in cozy corners, sipping tea and reminiscing about bygone days. It was a time of celebration, a rare occasion where generations united under one roof. As the day wore on, I found myself drawn to my cousin, Alex, like a magnet. We had always shared a special connection, a bond that transcended the ordinary ties of family. We spent hours lost in conversation, exploring the hidden corners of the estate and rekindling memories of our shared childhood. Unbeknownst to me, this innocent companionship would soon become the catalyst for a whirlwind of emotions and consequences. But in that moment, amidst the laughter and joy, it felt like nothing could tarnish the blissful reunion that had brought us all together. Little did I know that the summer sun, which bathed us in its golden glow, was also casting shadows that would forever change the dynamics of our family. The seeds of an unexpected and forbidden love were being sown, ready to sprout and upend the world we thought we knew. The days at the family reunion blurred together, filled with laughter, shared meals, and heartfelt conversations. Among the chaos and the familiar faces, my cousin Alex and I found solace in each other's company, seeking refuge from the noise and distractions that surrounded us. We had always been close, confidants who understood each other on a deeper level. Our friendship had weathered the tests of time, and in the midst of this reunion, our connection grew stronger, subtly evolving into something more profound. Late one evening, as the moon hung low in the sky, we found ourselves drawn to a secluded spot near the old oak tree. The air was thick with anticipation, and our hearts beat in rhythm, echoing the unspoken desires that danced between us. In that moment of vulnerability, we shared secrets that had long been concealed in the depths of our souls. Our words intertwined like delicate tendrils, weaving a tapestry of emotions too powerful to ignore. And there, under the starlit sky, our love bloomed, forbidden and untamed. Caught up in the whirlwind of emotions, we succumbed to the intensity of our desires. The boundaries that society had imposed crumbled beneath the weight of our passion. We were two souls lost in the labyrinth of our emotions, blind to the consequences that awaited us. In the aftermath of that fateful night, a veil of secrecy settled over our lives. Our forbidden love became a clandestine affair, hidden from prying eyes and shielded by a web of lies. We became experts at navigating the treacherous waters of deception, each encounter fueled by the desperate need to maintain our secret bond. We met in the shadows, in the hidden corners where no one would suspect our illicit rendezvous. Every stolen moment became a precious treasure, a respite from the suffocating weight of the world outside our bubble. But as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the strain of our secret began to take its toll. Whispers and hushed conversations began to circulate within the family like tiny cracks in the facade we had carefully constructed. Observant eyes narrowed, suspicions growing like weeds in a garden. The once innocent interactions between us became tainted by scrutiny, and we found ourselves walking a tightrope, teetering on the precipice of discovery. Fear and paranoia haunted us, our hearts racing every time a family member cast a lingering glance our way. The joy that once permeated our love was now overshadowed by the constant threat of exposure. We lived in constant fear, our days a tightrope walk between love and the secrets that bound us. Yet despite the ever-present danger, our bond remained unbroken. In the darkest moments, we sought solace in each other's arms, finding strength amidst the chaos. We convinced ourselves that love conquers all, that our connection was worth the risk. Like tendrils of smoke, rumors began to waft through the air, carried by the whispers of those who had caught glimpses of our hidden affection. It was as if the truth had taken on a life of its own, weaving its way through the family, leaving its way through the family, leaving doubt and suspicion in its wake. Aunt Martha, with her sharp gaze and keen intuition, was the first to sense that something was amiss. She had observed the stolen glances and the lingering touches, piecing together the fragments of our carefully guarded secret. Her eyes bore into us, her silence a subtle accusation that sent shivers down our spines. Soon, the whispers reached the ears of others, spreading like wildfire. Relatives exchanged knowing looks, their eyes filled with unspoken questions. The weight of judgment and disapproval hung heavy in the air, threatening to unravel the fragile web of deception we had woven. The once close-knit family gatherings now felt tainted, every interaction strained with an undercurrent of suspicion. Our laughter became forced, our smiles a mere facade to mask the mounting unease that plagued our hearts. The world we had created was teetering on the edge of exposure. As the whispers grew louder, a storm brewed within the family. Some clung to denial, refusing to believe the rumors that tarnished our once cherished bond. Others, driven by a sense of duty or righteous indignation, confronted us with accusatory glares, their words dripping with disappointment and judgment. In the face of mounting evidence and the piercing stares that bore into our souls, we realized that the walls we had built were crumbling. The truth, like a torrential rain, was ready to unleash its fury, washing away the illusions we had so desperately clung to. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, my own mother, Emma, began to sense that something was awry. Mothers possess an innate ability to perceive when their children are hiding something, and Emma's intuition was no exception. I could see the worry etched on her face, the lines of concern deepening with each passing day. She observed the subtle shifts in my behavior, the moments of unease that betrayed the secret I held so tightly. Her love for me, combined with her maternal instincts, propelled her to dig deeper, determined to uncover the truth. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue across the landscape, Emma summoned me to her side. We sat together, the weight of unspoken words filling the space between us. Her eyes, filled with a mixture of love and apprehension, searched mine, seeking the truth that I had so diligently guarded. With a trembling voice, I confessed. The words spilled forth, each syllable carrying the weight of my hidden transgressions. Tears streamed down my face as I revealed the unimaginable truth, the secret that had burdened my conscience. Emma's initial shock gave way to a wave of conflicting emotions. Anger and disappointment mingled with a profound sadness, and her face became a mirror of the turmoil within. I watched as her heart shattered, the fracture lines etching themselves across her once radiant spirit. In that moment, the bond between mother and daughter was strained, its foundation rocked by the revelations that tore at our family's core. The love that had always been a constant now became tinged with pain and betrayal, and the road to forgiveness and understanding stretched out before us, treacherous and uncertain. The air hung heavy with unspoken words as the aftermath of our revelation settled over our family. The once vibrant connections we shared were now strained, each interaction laced with an undercurrent of pain and betrayal. It was in this atmosphere of shattered trust that I found the strength to confront my cousin and the love we had foolishly pursued. We met in a secluded corner, a place that had once been a sanctuary for our forbidden affection. The atmosphere was charged with tension, as if the very walls bore witness to our guilt. I took a deep breath, gathering my courage, and met Alex's gaze, seeing both love and remorse reflected back at me. With a trembling voice, I uttered the words that had been tearing at my conscience. The truth spilled forth, unfiltered and raw, each syllable punctuating the reality of our actions. Tears streamed down our faces as we grappled with the magnitude of the hurt we had caused, both to ourselves and to those we held dear. Emotions swirled in a tempest, a whirlwind of regret, anger, and sorrow. We dissected our choices, dissecting the fragile threads of our once precious connection. The weight of responsibility settled upon us, and we realized the depth of the wounds we had inflicted on our family. In that moment of vulnerability and self-reflection, we made a silent pact. We vowed to face the consequences of our actions head-on, to take ownership of the pain we had caused, and to do whatever it took to rebuild the trust we had shattered. The road ahead was daunting, filled with challenges and the arduous task of repairing the broken bond. But we were determined to confront our mistakes and find redemption in the eyes of those we had hurt the most. Together, we embarked on a path of self-discovery and healing, determined to mend the fractured pieces of our family. The truth we had confronted in Chapter 6 set off a chain reaction that reverberated through our family like an approaching storm, ready to unleash its fury. The once stable dynamics were now shattered, and the storm of emotions gathered strength, threatening to tear us apart. Anger, disappointment, and profound sadness painted the faces of our loved ones as they grappled with the enormity of our betrayal. Accusatory glances and heated exchanges became the norm as words laden with hurt were exchanged within the confines of the family home. The storm unleashed its fury upon us, each family member grappling with their own unique blend of emotions. Some lashed out in anger, unable to comprehend the depth of our transgressions. Others withdrew, nursing their wounds in silence, their love for us warring with their sense of righteousness. Amidst the chaos, I felt the weight of my mother's disappointment, like a physical blow. Our once unbreakable bond had been fractured, and the pain etched on her face tore at my heart. I longed for her forgiveness, but I knew that trust, once shattered, takes time to rebuild. The storm was not limited to our immediate family. Its tendrils reached out to extended relatives and close friends. Whispers of our actions echoed through the community, staining our reputation and further deepening the rifts within the family. In the eye of this emotional hurricane, we were forced to confront the consequences of our choices. We bore the brunt of the storm, feeling the weight of guilt and shame pressing upon our shoulders. It was a humbling experience, a lesson in accountability, and the price one pays for disregarding the boundaries of love and kinship. In the aftermath of the storm, when the winds of anger and disappointment began to subside, I found solace in the presence of friends who offered unwavering support and understanding. Their love became an anchor, grounding me amidst the chaos and turmoil that surrounded my family. These friends, devoid of familial ties, provided a safe space where I could express my deepest fears and regrets without judgment. They listened with empathy, offering words of comfort and encouragement as I navigated the complex emotions that swirled within me. In their company, I found a renewed sense of strength and resilience. Their unwavering support became a lifeline, reminding me that redemption was possible and that growth could arise from the ashes of our mistakes. Their love served as a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Together, we embarked on a journey of self-reflection and introspection. We explored the depths of our own vulnerabilities, acknowledging the mistakes we had made and the pain we had caused. Through open and honest conversations, we confronted our shortcomings, determined to learn from them and evolve into better individuals. As I immersed myself in this journey of self-discovery, I also sought solace in creative outlets. Writing became a cathartic release, allowing me to pour my emotions onto the pages of a journal. Through the written word, I found healing and a sense of clarity, as if each sentence carried a piece of my burden away. Amidst the healing process, I also recognized the importance of forgiveness, both for myself and for those who had been hurt by my actions. The path to reconciliation was not an easy one, but I was committed to demonstrating genuine remorse and earning back the trust I had lost. As the wounds of the past began to heal, a glimmer of hope emerged, lighting the path toward reconciliation. The journey to rebuild trust between my mother and me was an arduous one, filled with moments of doubt, vulnerability, and a deep desire for redemption. We embarked on a process of open communication, baring our souls to one another. It was a painful yet necessary step toward understanding and forgiveness. We shared our perspectives, our fears, and our hopes for the future, laying the groundwork for rebuilding the fractured bond that once held us so tightly. With each heartfelt conversation, we started to unravel the layers of hurt and disappointment that had accumulated over time. Tears were shed, apologies were offered, and forgiveness was sought, brick by brick, as we worked to reconstruct the foundation of our relationship. It was not a linear journey. There were setbacks and moments of uncertainty when doubts and insecurities resurfaced, but we were committed to the process, recognizing that healing required time, patience, and a willingness to confront our own flaws. Together, we attended therapy sessions, guided by a professional who helped us navigate the complexities of our emotions. We learned new tools for communication and gained a deeper understanding of each other's perspectives. Through this shared experience, we forged a stronger connection, fortified by the lessons we'd had learned along the way. As we gradually rebuilt trust, our interactions became more genuine and authentic. Laughter returned, replacing the weight of past grievances. We celebrated small victories and cherished moments of joy, grateful for the opportunity to rebuild what had been shattered. In the wake of the challenges and growth we experienced, Chapter 10 unfolds as a chapter of renewal and a fresh start. We emerged from the storm stronger, wiser, and with a renewed appreciation for the importance of love, forgiveness, and family. The scars of the past still lingered, but they no longer defined us. We had confronted our mistakes, learned from them, and grown as individuals. The lessons we had absorbed during our journey toward reconciliation served as guiding lights, illuminating the path toward a new beginning. With time, patience, and consistent effort, we rebuilt the trust and connection that had been damaged. Our interactions were marked by increased honesty, understanding, and a genuine desire to support and uplift one another. As a family, we embarked on new traditions and rituals, creating moments of joy and shared experiences that solidified our bonds. We celebrated milestones together, cherishing the simple joys that life had to offer and relishing in the beauty of forgiveness and second chances. The scars of the past became reminders of the resilience and growth that we had achieved. We carried them with us, not as weights of shame, but as symbols of our shared journey toward redemption and transformation. Moving forward, we made a conscious effort to prioritize open communication, compassion, and empathy within our family. We recognized that relationships are fragile and require constant care and nurturing. We embraced the notion that love can triumph over mistakes and that forgiveness can pave the way for healing and growth.